This video holds a truth that's changed thousands of lives. If you've ever felt tired for no reason, leave a 1 in the comments right now. Hi there, and welcome back. I want to ask you something simple but powerful. Have you ever looked at a clove of garlic or a spoonful of honey and quietly wondered, could something so small really make a difference in how I feel? Because after the age of 60, our bodies start sending us messages we can't ignore anymore. Maybe it's that morning stiffness that wasn't there before. Maybe it's forgetting why you walked into a room, or waking up tired even after a full night's sleep. Maybe it's that quiet ache behind your knees, or the way you feel a little more fragile after getting over a simple cold. And for many, it's the creeping sense that your energy, your focus, your strength isn't quite what it used to be. But what if the answer to feeling better wasn't a prescription bottle or a complicated health routine? What if the shift begins with 2 ingredients already in your kitchen? In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly what happens to your body when you start your day with a single spoonful of raw honey and crushed garlic, and why thousands of older adults across the country are quietly discovering that this small change is creating a big impact on their mind, their heart, their breath, and their quality of life. So if you've been searching for something natural, simple, and real, you might have just found it. Let's begin. The brain boost, mental clarity and memory. Let's be honest, our brains have a sense of humor as we age. One minute, you're heading to the kitchen to grab something. The next minute, you're just standing there, wondering if you were after the peanut butter or the car keys. And while we might laugh it off, a small part of us wonders, is this just how it is now? Forgetfulness, those little blank spaces in your day, they can sneak up on you. They don't come crashing in like a storm. It's more like a slow dimming of the lights. Words take their time. Names play hide and seek. And you notice that your focus just isn't what it used to be. Not because you're not trying, but because your brain feels like it's working through a haze. But here's something hopeful. It's not all just aging. What we often call forgetfulness is, at its core, sometimes just a result of the brain not getting what it needs: oxygen, nutrients, and protection. You see, as we get older, blood flow to the brain naturally decreases, inflammation increases, and the tiny connections that once fired instantly start to sputter. That's where garlic and honey come in, not as magic tricks, but as quiet helpers. Garlic, when prepared the right way, crushed, rested, and taken raw, helps boost circulation, sending more blood, more oxygen, and more life up to the brain. And honey, with its rich store of antioxidants, helps protect your brain cells from wear and tear. It reduces the silent inflammation that slowly dulls our sharpest thoughts. The two together work like a gentle reset. You won't wake up with the memory of a teenager, but you might notice it's easier to follow a story on TV without zoning out. Or that you can get through a phone call without asking someone to repeat themselves. Or, even better, you walk into a room and you actually remember why you came in. And isn't that what we really want? To feel more present, more clear, more like ourselves again. If you've had a moment recently where your memory surprised you, in a good or bad way, leave a little "that's me" in the comments. You're not the only one, and talking about it is the first step to doing something about it. Now, while a sharper mind changes how you think, there's something else garlic and honey can change: how your body feels, especially the part that never takes a break, your heart. And that's where we're going next. The quiet engine. Heart health. Your heart is the one part of you that's never taken a break. Think about that for a moment. While you've slept, while you've grieved, while you've celebrated and rested and worked, your heart has kept its rhythm. Quiet, constant, loyal. Since the very beginning, it's been there, keeping time like the world's softest drum. But even the steadiest rhythm grows tired. The signs are subtle at first. Maybe your steps feel a little heavier. Maybe climbing the stairs takes more effort than it used to. You pause halfway through yard work, not because you're winded, but because you feel a kind of weight in your chest that didn't used to be there. Your pulse feels louder at night. Your recovery is slower. These aren't emergencies. They're whispers. Your body's way of saying, I need a little help. And sometimes the best help is also the simplest. Garlic, crushed and raw, contains compounds that gently open up the blood vessels. Like unclogging a quiet stream, it lets blood move more freely, more smoothly. That reduces pressure, eases the workload, and helps the heart breathe. Honey, meanwhile, is nature's softener. It reduces inflammation inside the arteries, calming the internal lining so the heart can pump without resistance, without strain. Together, they create a kind of quiet support, not a shock to the system, but a return to ease. Modern research confirms what traditional wisdom has whispered for centuries. Garlic can help lower LDL cholesterol, the kind that lingers in your arteries, waiting to slow you down. Honey, in small, consistent doses, may lower triglycerides and soothe vascular stress. You won't notice this in a mirror, but you may notice it in the way you feel walking to the mailbox, in the steadiness of your breath when you're doing the dishes, in how easily you fall asleep, and how rested you feel when you wake. And here's what makes this moment even more meaningful. Your heart's health is only one part of the equation. Just beneath it all lies your defense system, your invisible shield. And as we age, that shield grows thinner, unless we take steps to strengthen it, naturally, gently, and consistently. Let's take a closer look at the immune system next and how garlic and honey can reinforce the body's greatest protector. There's something many people never tell you about getting older. It's not just your energy that changes, it's your recovery. The way your body bounces back after a cold, a small infection, or even a few restless nights, it starts to slow. The bounce becomes more of a stretch, a gentle climb back to balance instead of a quick rebound. You might have noticed it yourself. A runny nose that lingers, a cough that hangs around long after the fever fades, a simple scratch that takes longer to heal. It's not alarming, but it is different. These are the quiet signs that your immune system, the silent guardian that protects you from within, is asking for reinforcement. You see, immunity is not just about avoiding illness. It's about resilience. It's about how strong your body's defenses are before something strikes. And over time, those defenses can wear thin, slowly, invisibly, until we notice they're not quite as sharp as they once were. This is where garlic and honey play their most underrated role. Together, they help your body prepare, not just react. Garlic is the watchman, always on guard. Its active compounds, especially allicin, are known for their antimicrobial power. They fight harmful bacteria. They challenge invading viruses. They scan the body's systems for imbalance and move quickly to restore order. Honey is the balancer. Where garlic attacks, honey supports. It calms, it nourishes. With antioxidants and natural enzymes, honey helps your body reduce inflammation, the kind that often lingers unseen, weakening the immune system's efficiency over time. And this isn't just poetic tradition. It's now backed by modern science. A 2014 study in the International Journal of Preventive Medicine confirmed that when garlic and honey are taken together consistently, they help the body reduce chronic inflammation, enhance immune response, and increase resistance to infection. It's gentle medicine, real, natural, and proven. The result? You may not get sick as often. Or if you do, your body handles it with more ease. You may find yourself feeling more steady during flu season, less anxious when someone sneezes nearby, more confident in your body's ability to stand up and fight. Because true peace of mind isn't just about feeling good, it's knowing you're protected, even when you're not thinking about it. If you've noticed, your recovery has slowed. If colds seem to visit longer than they used to, take a moment and comment immune below. Let's make this a space where truth can be shared without shame. Because knowing what your body is telling you is the first step toward healing. And sometimes that message comes not through a cough or a fever, but through the skin, dryness, redness, dullness, irritation. These are more than surface issues. Your skin is a storyteller, and often it's the first one to speak when something beneath the surface is out of balance. So in the next section, we'll explore what your skin is trying to say and how garlic and honey can help restore that glow from the inside out. Your skin is not just your body's outer layer, it's your history, a living reflection of all the seasons you've walked through. It holds the memory of summer sun, the tenderness of winter air, the quiet stress of long nights, and the joy of laughter that crinkles gently around the eyes. And as we grow older, it begins to speak more clearly, through dryness, through thinning, through that subtle loss of glow we can't always put into words. Have you noticed it? The softness that once came so naturally now needs coaxing. The elasticity you once never thought about now lingers for a moment after a smile. You try to keep it hydrated, nourished from the outside, but something tells you real change has to begin deeper. And you're right, because the skin isn't just about what you apply. It's about what flows beneath it, what moves through your blood, what feeds your cells, and what clears the toxins that cloud the light beneath your surface. This is where garlic and honey, two humble gifts from nature, begin their quiet work. Garlic helps the body cleanse itself. It supports the liver, purifies the blood, and removes waste that might otherwise show up in your skin as redness, irritation, or dullness. It's a reset from the inside, a soft, slow clearing of what doesn't belong. Honey, by contrast, offers deep nourishment. Its sugars feed your cells gently. Its enzymes protect and calm. It supports the production of collagen, the very protein that gives your skin its strength and structure. And it helps your body hold on to moisture, not just in your skin, but in the tissues that need it most. Together, they don't create miracles, but they do create balance. And when balance returns to the body, the skin often responds, softening, smoothing, restoring a quiet brightness that isn't about youth, but about vitality. Because in this stage of life, it's not about looking younger. It's about looking well, looking rested, looking like you've been taking care of yourself in a way that's rooted, honest, and lasting. So imagine this. You wake up, splash your face with cool water, and catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror. Your skin feels different, not from cream or treatment, but from something deeper. It reflects a body that's working with itself, not against itself. A body that is calm, clear, nourished. And when your skin tells that kind of story, it's often because your digestion has found its rhythm again. Because gut health and skin health are deeply connected. And up next, we'll explore how garlic and honey support that quiet, vital system at the center of everything. It usually starts small. You feel a little fuller than you should after a meal. You stop halfway through dinner because your stomach feels tight. Or maybe you go a day or two without going. You tell yourself it's nothing. Maybe you didn't drink enough water. Maybe it's just age. But deep down, you know your digestion isn't what it used to be. And quietly, you begin to adjust. Smaller portions, avoiding certain foods, wearing looser clothes. You stop talking about it because, no one really likes to talk about bloating, gas, or irregularity. It's personal, a little embarrassing. But for many older adults, It's a daily discomfort that slowly becomes part of life. Here's the thing no one says enough: your gut is the center of everything. When it's out of balance, you feel it everywhere, not just in your belly, but in your mind, your energy, your mood. When digestion slows, so do you. And it's not because you're broken, it's because your body is asking for support. And the beautiful part, nature has already given it to you. Let's begin with garlic. Yes, that same ingredient you've used in recipes for decades. Inside, it holds compounds that act like fertilizer for the good bacteria living in your gut. These are the microbes that help digest food, extract nutrients, and even produce feel good chemicals that affect your mood. When you feed them well, they take care of you in return. Then there's honey, a quiet healer, especially raw, unprocessed honey. It helps calm the lining of the gut, easing inflammation and creating an environment where balance can return. It's not a quick fix, but it's a gentle, nourishing one. And over time, many people notice that heaviness begins to lift. Meals feel lighter, the body moves easier, there's less tension in the belly, and more peace in the mind. Because here's something modern science now confirms: your gut and your brain are deeply connected. They talk to each other constantly. So when your digestion is unsettled, your thoughts often are too. But when your gut is supported, your mood improves, your focus sharpens, your whole day feels different. So let's reframe what's happening here. Your stomach isn't failing you, it's speaking to you. It's asking for balance, for patience, for real nourishment, not just food, but care. And that care can start with something as simple as a morning spoonful of garlic and honey, not as a remedy, but as a ritual. A quiet moment each day that says, I hear you, I've got you, let's begin again. Up next, the benefit that took me by surprise and that I never thought garlic and honey could support. It doesn't start with your stomach or your heart or even your mind, it starts with your breath. There is something sacred about a deep breath, not the kind you rush through between errands or sigh after a long day, but a real one. A breath that fills your lungs, expands your chest, and moves through you like a wave, clearing space inside your body and your mind. When was the last time you took a breath like that? Without tension, without effort, without even realizing you were holding back. For many of us, that kind of breath becomes rare as we age. The air feels tighter, the lungs feel smaller. Sometimes it's a leftover cold, a bit of asthma, or years of breathing in the city. Sometimes it's simply time, leaving its quiet fingerprint on the way we move air through our bodies. But you don't have to accept shallow breathing as your new rhythm. Nature offers quiet support. Garlic, often underestimated, is a powerful ally to your lungs. Its active compounds help reduce inflammation in the bronchial tubes, allowing them to relax and open. Air begins to flow more freely. The chest feels lighter. Each breath becomes just a little easier. Honey joins in with softness. It coats the throat, soothes irritation, and gently loosens congestion. It's especially helpful when dryness sets in during colder months or when coughing keeps you up at night. Together, garlic and honey don't force change. They invite it gently, gradually, breath by breath. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine you're standing at an open window just after sunrise. The sky is pale gold. The air is cool and clear. You take a slow breath and realize you haven't breathed that deeply in years, not because you forced it, but because your body allowed it. And in that moment, you remember this ease, this space, this freedom is what it feels like to be here, to live fully, not just function, to inhale possibility, not just oxygen. You deserve that. You deserve to breathe without strain, to feel light in your chest, to speak without coughing, to rest without waking from dryness or tightness, Because breath isn't just fuel, it's presence, it's connection, it's life. And perhaps the most beautiful thing is what breathing freely brings back, your spark. Because the benefit that might surprise you most is not about your lungs at all. It's about your energy. And that's where we're headed next. Let's talk about one of the most frustrating parts of getting older. Waking up tired. You went to bed early. You didn't toss and turn. You even slept through the night. And yet, the morning comes, and it feels like your battery never fully recharged. So what's the first instinct? Caffeine? Maybe coffee? Maybe tea? Maybe both? But here's the thing. Caffeine doesn't create energy. It just masks the fatigue. It puts a temporary spark over a deeper imbalance, and before long you're riding a cycle of energy spikes and crashes over and over. Meanwhile, your body's natural rhythm, your own inner fuel source, keeps getting weaker. But what if you could rebuild that rhythm? What if you could wake up and actually feel ready for the day without reaching for a stimulant? That's where garlic and honey come in. Garlic is a circulation booster. It helps your body deliver oxygen more efficiently to your muscles, your brain, and every cell that needs it. Oxygen is what powers your body from the inside. It gives you clarity, stamina, and endurance. And when your blood is flowing freely, your whole system starts to feel more alive. No crash required. Honey, on the other hand, is your clean burning fuel. It's naturally sweet, yes, but it's not just sugar. It provides slow, steady energy that your body can use throughout the day. It supports your adrenal system and helps stabilize blood sugar. Two keys to lasting energy, especially after 60. And here's the best part. This kind of energy doesn't leave you jittery. It doesn't spike your heart rate. It doesn't leave you dragging by mid-afternoon. It builds you back up gently, consistently, day by day. You start walking a little farther. You sit up straighter. You find yourself saying yes to more, yes to a walk, yes to a phone call, yes to plans you would have passed on a few weeks ago. And that's not small. That's everything. Because at this stage in life, energy is freedom. It's connection. It's momentum. It's the quiet confidence that you still have what it takes to live well and love your life while doing it. It's not about chasing youth. It's about protecting your spark. And if that resonates with you, if you felt your own energy slipping and want it back, hit that like button. Let's spread this message to more people who deserve to feel truly awake again. And now, let's bring all of this together. Because feeling better starts with a habit. A small one that fits easily into your morning. And in the next section, I'll walk you through exactly how to do it. Practical guide, how to start the 7-day routine, 1730 to 1900. All right, now let's bring it all together. Because knowing what to do is one thing, but knowing exactly how to start, that's where change really begins. Here's your simple 3-step routine, and it couldn't be easier. Step 1. Take 1 fresh clove of garlic, give it a light crush, just enough to release its oils, then let it sit for 10 minutes. That short wait allows its healing compound, allicin, to activate. Think of it like steeping tea. Time makes it stronger. Step 2. Grab 1 teaspoon of raw, unprocessed honey. That's important. Raw honey keeps all those beneficial enzymes and antioxidants intact. Step 3. Mix them together and eat it, just as it is, or stirred into a little warm, not hot water. This helps mellow the flavor if you're sensitive to garlic. Some folks even mix it into yogurt or a light vinaigrette. You can get creative, but keep it natural. The best time to take this, first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Before breakfast, before coffee, before the day starts rushing in. This is your moment, your ritual, your reset. And no, You don't have to change everything about your routine. You don't need to go on a new diet or reinvent your life. This is just one step. Each morning, one choice that says, I'm taking care of me. And over the course of 7 days, your body will notice. Slowly, quietly, and it will begin to respond. By now, you've heard the why. You've felt the truth of it in your body, your breath, your thoughts. So let's talk about the how. Because this isn't about a massive lifestyle change or overhauling your kitchen. This is one simple ritual, a quiet act of care, a decision you make each morning before the world gets loud. Here's all you need. Step 1. Take 1 fresh clove of garlic. Peel it, crush it gently, and let it rest for 10 minutes. This short pause activates allicin, garlic's most powerful healing compound. Step 2. Add 1 teaspoon of raw honey. Mix it with the garlic or place both together on a spoon. Step 3. Eat it on an empty stomach. Before coffee. Before breakfast. Just you in that quiet moment of nourishment. That's it. Some people like to stir it into a little warm, not hot water, just to mellow the flavor. Others mix it into plain yogurt or drizzle it over a salad. Whatever works for you is the right way. What matters is consistency, not perfection. You're not trying to fix your entire life in a week. You're just making space for clarity, for energy, for breath. 1 clove, 1 spoon, 1 choice every morning. And if you give your body that one small gift, from over time, it will respond quietly, kindly, and in ways you may not expect. This journey isn't about a product. It's not about hype. It's about something simple, May, and real. A return to what your body already understands. Natural nourishment, gentle support, small rituals with big impact. 1 spoonful, 1 morning, 1 week. And in just 7 days, you may begin to feel it. In the way you think, move, sleep, and breathe. This isn't a magic trick. It's a quiet transformation, the kind that builds slowly and stays. Imagine this: a clearer mind, a calmer heart, a belly that's finally at ease, skin that softens, energy that returns not with a jolt, but with steadiness and strength. This is what happens when you support your body instead of pushing it. So if any part of this spoke to you, I invite you, try it just for 7 days, and then come back here and share what you noticed, because someone somewhere is watching this and feeling exactly how you felt, and your words might be the reason they finally decide to begin. Let's move forward together, 1 spoonful at a time, because it's not just about getting through the day, it's about feeling good in the life you're living.